In this video, I will tell you the story of a young drug addict who is stranded by a snowstorm when she was going to see her mother, meeting strangers who will make her spend a night she will never forget. So sit back and get comfortable, because in this video, I will recap the story of
Welcome to Random Recaps. In this video, I'm going to recap the movie.
Darby Thorne is a recovering addict who has been sober for 11 days. Although she has already been to several rehabilitation centers, she receives a call informing her that her mother is in the hospital due to a brain aneurysm and is undergoing emergency surgery. They give her the number of her sister to call as she is at the hospital. But when Darby tries to call, she is not allowed due to the facility's rules. The nurse calls her doctor to request permission for Darby to make the call, but he doesn't answer. At night, she goes to another patient's room, Jade, to ask for a hidden phone to call her sister. When Darby calls her sister, she asks her to call the rehab center to explain the situation so they'll let her go to the hospital. But her sister refuses, not wanting to deal with Darby's drug problems, and tells her not to call again. Desperate to see her mother, Darby decides to escape the rehab center. She grabs a bag, fills it with tools, runs to the exit, steals a car, and heads to see her mother. In the car, she finds drugs and keeps them, for the road. Darby heads to Salt Lake City while leaving a message for her sister to update her on their mother's condition. On the way, she encounters a heavy snowstorm. Her sister texts her only to say that their mother doesn't want her there and that her presence would make things worse.
That's rude.
Reading this, Darby is about to relapse, but at that moment, local officer Ron Hill approaches her and informs her that the interstate is closed due to the snowstorm and she must turn back or stay at a nearby visitor center until the storm passes. Darby decides to go to the visitor center, where she enters the bathroom to use the drugs but ultimately decides against it. Noticing there's no Wi-Fi, she goes outside to find a signal. Instead, she discovers a kidnapped girl in a van.
What the hell?
She tries to open the van but can't, and though she wants to go inside to ask for help, she suspects the kidnapper is inside. She takes a photo of the van's license plate just in case. Pretending to look for a signal, she goes to her car to call 911, but the call doesn't go through due to the bad signal.
Damn it!
Darby hides a weapon and returns to the visitor center, where she meets a married couple, Ed, a Marine, and Sandy, as well as Ash and Lars, one of whom is the kidnapper. With nothing to do, Ed suggests playing poker due to his obsession with gambling, but Lars doesn't bet, so he suggests playing bullshit instead. Ed agrees, and they all start playing. The game involves figuring out if someone is lying about the card they claim to have face down, similar to Liar's Bar. Darby uses the game to question the others about where they're coming from and where they're going. When Lars says he's heading to his home in Nevada, Darby realizes he's the kidnapper. Lars also seems temperamental, getting violently angry when he loses the game.
Fuck that!
Oh, hey, buddy.
Darby tries calling the police again, but with no signal, she sends them a text explaining the situation, hoping it will reach them eventually. Sneaking through a damaged wall in a bathroom under construction, she returns to the van unnoticed and manages to get inside. There, she tries to help the girl, promising to get her out. Darby notices the girl is wearing a medical alert bracelet for Addison's disease, a rare condition that can cause an adrenaline overdose if the patient is overly stressed. As she tries to free her, Lars enters to warm up the van. He reveals the girl's name is Jay, and that they're supposedly taking her to her uncle. Darby notices Lars has a gun and is about to attack him, but he remembers he promised to bring Jay food. Lars leaves to get the food. Ed notices Lars acting strangely, carrying a lot of food to the van.
Party in the van?
Darby realizes Lars is about to return, so she leaves the van, leaving one of her tools behind. When Lars returns, he sees footprints in the snow, indicating someone else was at the van. Ash, noticing Darby was in the bathroom for a long time, goes to check on her. She returns to the bathroom, and just as she's about to tell Ash what's happening, Lars arrives. To pretend nothing's wrong, Darby kisses Ash. After Lars leaves, she tells Ash the truth. With no signal, Ash wants to wait until the storm passes to call the police. But Darby knows Lars suspects her and that the girl is sick. Ash wants to tell Ed for help, but unsure if he has a weapon, Ash decides to use a nail gun they find in the bathroom. Darby returns to the van to help Jay, but when she removes the tape from Jay's mouth, Jay reveals 2 men kidnapped her.
What?
Looking out the window, Darby realizes Ash is Lars's accomplice.
No way. No fucking way.
Ash gives Lars the nail gun, which he modified to shoot like a real gun. The two head to the van to find Darby, but she's already gone. Ed notices something odd happening outside and wants to check, but his wife asks him to relax and stay with her. Darby runs from the men and re-enters the visitor center through the bathroom. But Ash, anticipating this, gets there first. Ed tells his wife that Lars seems like a strange guy, though she thinks everything's fine. Literally, Ed is the only one who notices something's off. Sandy acts like nothing's wrong. Why? What the hell are you hiding, ma'am? Tell me. Ash threatens Darby and takes her phone, noticing the message she sent to the police and deleting it. Ed asks Lars where Darby is, and Lars lies, saying she's outside looking for a signal.
Be back in a minute.
Ash also sees the message from Darby's sister and questions her about it. Darby explains that her sister sent that message because their mother kicked her out due to her drug addiction. Her father, also a Marine like Ed, had committed suicide, leaving her alone in rehab with no one who wanted her. Meanwhile, Jay tries to free herself with the tool Darby left. Ash tells Darby he's not trying to harm the girl, just wants money, as her father is wealthy and will pay a large ransom. Ed doesn't find Darby outside, so he signals his wife to look for her inside. Sandy finds Darby with Ash just as he was about to kidnap her. He threatens Darby to keep quiet, and with no choice, Darby lies, saying nothing's wrong.
Everything is fine.
Though Sandy isn't fully convinced, the two rejoin the group. To make conversation, Ash brings up the death of Darby's father. At that moment, Darby, Ash, and Lars realize Jay has escaped. Lars gets up to look for her, and Darby pretends to go to the bathroom. When Ash follows her, she attacks him with a hammer, but can't overpower him. During the struggle, Ash drops his keys, and as he's about to strangle her, Lars arrives to say Jay has fled into the woods. Ash decides to use Darby as bait to lure Jay. Before searching, Darby hides Ash's keys. While walking, Darby questions them and learns they're adoptive brothers working for their father, nicknamed Uncle Kenny, who runs a human trafficking ring, though Lars naively believes they're finding better homes for kids. Darby calls out to Jay while following her tracks and, with a flashlight, blinds them and runs but trips and falls, injuring herself. Ash shoots at her, alerting Ed and Sandy, so Ed goes to investigate. In the dark forest, Darby hides as the kidnappers search for her. Ed finds Jay near the forest, freezing, and takes her inside to help. Darby escapes the forest and limps back to the visitor center, seeing Jay is safe. She tells the couple that Ash and Lars had Jay kidnapped in their van and that Ash has a gun.
Ash has a gun. He's gonna kill us all if we don't get out of here.
With no way to defend themselves, they try to buy time by blocking the door. The kidnappers demand they hand over the girl to avoid anyone getting hurt, but they refuse. So the kidnappers try to break in. To scare them, Ed lies, saying he'll shoot if they enter. As a precaution, the kidnappers back off but shout that the girl is sick and they have her medicine. As a nurse, Sandy knows Jay could die, so she suggests handing her over.
No.
Darby reveals she has Ash's keys, giving Ed an idea to negotiate. They'll let the kidnappers go if they provide the medicine. The kidnappers go berserk and look for gasoline to burn the place. Ed gives Darby his car keys to hide with Ash's while he distracts them. Scared, Sandy wants to give up the girl to avoid being killed. Darby finds tools to defend herself, and Sandy pulls pepper spray from her bag. As the kidnappers are about to burn the place, Jay wakes up and recognizes Sandy.
Is this Lowry?
Oh, come on!
It turns out Sandy is Jay's housekeeper and helped Ash and Lars kidnap her, but didn't bring her medicine. So Ash arranged to meet Sandy in the mountains to deliver it, which is how they ended up there. Sandy betrays them, telling Ash that Ed has no weapon to prevent them from burning the place, and sprays Darby with pepper spray.
That bitch!
Sandy confesses to her husband that she did this to pay off debts from his gambling addiction. The kidnappers enter and give Sandy the medicine for Jay. Sandy naively thought the girl would be fine and they were only after a ransom, but Darby reveals they traffic children.
Yeah, we're finding her a better home. Right, Ed?
Ash panics, knowing they'll be killed if they don't deliver Jay to Kenny, and demands the keys from Ed. Sandy, ever the gossip, reveals Darby hid them. Fed up, Ash shoots Ed. Sandy sprays Lars with pepper spray, and Ash shoots her too. She's still alive, but not for long. Then he grabs Darby and nails her hand to the wall with the nail gun.
Gangster. That's gangster.
Ash takes Lars to the bathroom to wash his eyes, while Darby tries to free her hand from the wall, but can't. Seeing her hammer nearby but out of reach, she asks Jay to help. Jay does, but the kidnappers return. At that moment, Darby's phone rings with a message from her sister saying their mother has died. She also gets a police message confirming they received her text and are on their way. Ash threatens Darby to tell him where the keys are.
In the snow outside the bathroom!
He goes to get them, giving the gun to Lars to watch her. Darby, knowing Lars isn't like Ash, tells Jay to turn off the lights, confident Lars won't hurt her. When he's distracted, Darby snorts heroin to numb her pain receptors and pulls the nail from her wrist. When Lars turns the lights back on, Darby attacks him, causing him to fire a shot. Ash hears it and returns, seeing Darby has freed herself and now holds his brother hostage. Darby threatens Ash to let her and Jay go. Seeing Ash distracted, Jay hits him with the hammer, accidentally triggering the nail gun and shooting Lars. Ash helps his brother while Darby and Jay escape. As the brothers try to leave, Lars slips on blood and the nail kills him. Ash sees Darby escaping with Jay and shoots at them with the nail gun, causing them to crash.
Come on, man.
To cover his tracks, he sets the place on fire. Darby, being the protagonist, doesn't die easily. Ash is about to finish her off when Officer Ron arrives, so Ash pretends to be a concerned bystander, saying there are injured people in the car. The officer approaches, telling Ash handler, Ash is about to shoot him with the nail gun, but Darby stops him.
Yes! 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 Yes!
As the officer saw Darby shoot him, he shot her, leaving her badly injured. Ash takes advantage and grabs the gun to shoot the policeman, but when he was about to do the same to Darby, there were no more bullets left. Ash grabs the nail gun and finishes off the officer. He takes the gun from him and was going to use it to kill Darby, but she attacks him first with the screwdriver she used to start the car. Jay wakes up, asking for Darby, who crawls to the officer's radio to call for help. Both Darby and Jay are rescued. Later, Darby says she's been sober for 48 days. In the end, she's told she has a visitor, her sister, Devin. And that's how the movie ends. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more horror stories. See you next time.